whenever you feel them.
Okay. I'm Christine Turner, and my topic was, can people really be brainwashed? And the problem is brainwashing real, or is it just an explanation for unusual belief and value change? And this topic matters because it involves people's well-being and mental health, their families, and possible criminal activity. My interest in this topic, I wanted to see how brainwashing is in real life versus how the television portrays it. And also, I read a book about J.C. Lee Dugard. If you're not familiar, she was kidnapped and found 18 years later, and she was displaying signs of brainwashing after she was found. I found the information for this topic by going to Mount Union's library page and searching through EBSCOhost database. And I searched terms such as brainwashing, programming, mind control, coercion, and cults. I prepared by searching Google to educate myself on brainwashing and find other words that I could use to search the databases. For the yes side, the main points are that it's really odd to change your beliefs and values that a person has had their entire life in a relatively short period of time. They don't understand why someone would want to give up their individualism to conform to a group. And they basically say that victims don't know what they are doing or how they're acting when they're in a cult. And there's also many testimonials from ex-cult members saying that they have been brainwashed. A supporter of the yes argument, James Harrigan, wrote about small group thought conformity, which began in Chinese prisons. And basically the prisoners would learn to accept and respect their captors, and they believed this was because people crave relationships and seek approval from those around them. And by having these small group sessions, people's thoughts and feelings can be easily manipulated into what the captors wanted them to be. And so Harrigan related this small group conformity in China to American cults. And so the cults look for people who are lonely and lacking quality relationships, and they can find a sense of belonging by giving up their individualism to conform to the beliefs and ideas of others. And the second yes support is Morse, and he takes an in-depth look at the effects of cultic brainwashing on the victims by summarizing the results of 70 case studies conducted on ex-cult members. And many of these ex-cult members displayed post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and fear of regaining individualism. And he also elaborates on the ways in which cults are able to control their victims by cutting off ties to the outside world, portraying friends and family as crazy or demonic, and stressing the importance of dependency on other cult members. And the last yes supporter, Trudy Solomon, divides the brainwashing process into three categories: isolation, group pressures, and coercion. And she says that cults use isolation as a way to be able to envelop new members by stripping them of what they had previously and creating new close bonds within the cult. She wrote that group pressures work by first changing one's behavior, then entire attitude and belief system by role-playing, forced public compliance, or other activities which make a person start to truly believe the behavior that they are exhibiting. And then finally, coercion happens, which is the most extreme form of brainwashing, where a person wholeheartedly believes in everything that they are doing and completely change to conform to those around them. For the no side, the main points they made are that people willingly enter and participate in the cults, and that brainwashing is made up because people don't understand why you would want to completely change like the beliefs and values that you had previously. And also people generally have stigmas of new religions and think that they're all bad. And the big point of their argument is that there's no cold hard evidence that brainwashing occurs, and that all claims are interpretive rather than factual. The first no source was by David Anthony, and he critiques the ideas of French psychologist Jean-Marie Avril, who believed in brainwashing. And he thought that theories about cultic brainwashing do not hold up, and that by expressing them, you're expressing prejudice against the cults or new religions. And he takes Abrams' quotes and combats them with ideas of his own. And I think it's kind of weak because the references he used in this article were ones that he wrote himself. And then the second no supporter, Richardson, he doesn't deny that changes of personality and beliefs occur in cults, but he doesn't believe that brainwashing or mind control are the cause, and that these words are chosen because society doesn't understand why anyone wants to remove themselves from our culture to join a small group with controversial beliefs, and that people willingly seek participation in cults, so it's not because of brainwashing. And then finally, Robbins' article explains that brainwashing claims do not hold up in court because these statements are interpretive and not factual, and therefore there is no proof that brainwashing exists. For what I argue for, I agree with the yes side. I think there's more evidence for it, and the fact that people have personal issues after leaving the cults and changes in their entire belief system, I think it shows that there was group-induced change of identity due to brainwashing. And the fact that people distance themselves from their loved ones because they think they're demonic or crazy is obviously not true. And then how the cults want the people to completely remove themselves from society is evidence that they're trying to completely envelop them and control them. In conclusion, I think this debate brings up key points, like what exactly is brainwashing. There's not really a solid definition for it. And when do group-induced personality changes become a form of mind control? And also, is brainwashing a valid defense in court if the so-called brainwashing causes someone to commit a crime? And then future areas of research could analyze short-term belief and value change and provide solid proof that brainwashing does occur. And then my resources are on the back of my poster. And that's it.
Thank you.